unexpected. If you read the blog earlier today, you know that I called this to be a loss for Toronto FC going into the game tonight. I thought at best a moral victory would be something that TFC would be able to secure, and lo and behold, what happens? An historic night for Toronto FC as they win 2-1 to kick off the group stages of the CONCACAF Champions League. It's our first game in the group stage, and it's a win against, for all intent and purposes, the Barcelona of North America right now. Cruz Azul, arguably the best team in the best league in North America in Mexico. We're going to do things a little different tonight on the video. I'm going to give you first some sights and sounds from what I experienced this evening in the South End, and then I'm going to come back and actually just give you some quick thoughts wrapping up what was an absolutely amazing evening tonight. I'm pretty blown away, I must say, but I'll get to exactly what I liked and what I disliked a little bit later on. So enjoy the video first, sights and sounds from the South End, and I'll be back in a few minutes to just... Can you tell me about the hat?
It's CONCACAF Champions Group A, Toronto, Cruz Azul, Real Salt Lake, and whatever that Panama team is called.
Árabe Unido.
That's the one.
Awesome. Thank you.
This is a video, you can talk.
You can talk.
All right, buddy. We're going to kill you guys today.
Amen.
You guys are going down. Right on the way. Still 2-0 TFC in the Champions League. Who'd have thunk it? So one of the first things I usually do when I get home after a game is, put on the glasses and take a look online and see what the fans are saying. One of the guys on the web said, I can't wait to get home and see what Tim says on his blog tonight. And one of the guys said, I'll tell you what he's going to say. He's going to say, quote, "Hi guys, as you can tell my voice is hoarse. Yes it is. From all the supporting, there were some things that I didn't like, but now is not the time to talk about them. This was historic, and it's definitely something that I'll be telling my grandkids about." Kind of right. I am a little hoarse. It was an historic night. There were some things that I wasn't too impressed with. Frankly, Cruz Azul, I don't think took the game that seriously. I think considering that they rested 5 guys from their win on the weekend against Pachuca in the Mexican Premier League, I think the Apertura it's called, and they rested 5 guys and basically took the spine of their team out and put in essentially a lot of their reserve players, spoke to the fact that I don't think they took Toronto FC as seriously as they probably should have. I think that the refereeing, go figure, CONCACAF referees, right? The referee from Jamaica was pretty decent, with the exception of some of the diving that some Cruz Azul players did, particularly late in the game, that he sort of bought into. There was one goal, obviously, that Cruz Azul scored late on a free kick that came from, in my opinion, a poxy yellow to Nana Adekora. There was a little bit of a Donnybrook late in the game as well, where 2 TFC players, including, actually I think Dwayne Di Rosario, and one of the Cruz Azul players actually hit Diro in the throat with his fingers like this, and both players got yellows for that. So, hey, it is what it is. I called on the blog earlier today, as I mentioned off the top, that I thought that at best TFC would be able to get maybe a moral victory tonight. We don't have a moral victory, do we? We actually have a real victory, and I'm absolutely blown away. A couple of thoughts. I think it was Julian de Guzman's best game in a Toronto FC uniform. I think it can be debated if he's the right player for us or not based on what he does as an individual. I think maybe some people might say, some critics might say, that you can probably get a defensive midfielder for a lot cheaper and not for a designated player slot than Julian de Guzman. However, I would argue that he's probably as good as anybody in the league at what he does, and he was fabulous tonight. Mista played about 70 minutes before he was subbed off. Scored a wonderful goal late in the first half, and again, in the first half, his play was fabulous. Very incisive passing, great ball control, great distribution, really left a mark on the game and showed his quality. Martin Sarich scored the opening goal about 3 minutes in, and I'm in the South End, as you saw in the video, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. We've actually scored against the best team in North America. So 2-0 at the half, and of course TFC holds on to win 2-1. A couple of other players really stood out for me. Hiskanovic and Usanov, our fullbacks, were really strong today, which, of course, as everybody is painfully aware, that's been a real problem for Toronto FC this season, is the quality from our fullbacks. They were, again, the two best games that I think they've played in a Toronto FC uniform. And I think, again, it's fair to say the conventional wisdom is that the first half that Toronto FC played was probably the first half, the best first half that the club has played in its history. Pretty amazed. I got to say, as I said earlier, I didn't think TFC had it in him tonight. I think Cruz Azul maybe took TFC not as seriously as they should. Of course, 2 days ago, before they showed up in Toronto and realized they were playing on a grass turf, on the Cruz Azul website, they were talking about playing and practicing, I should say, on a field turf pitch in order to get ready for what they expected to be facing in Toronto. So perhaps Cruz Azul didn't really take the match in Toronto very seriously if they only knew 2 days ago that BMO Field had a grass pitch rather than a field turf one. So the possibility of doing something in this Champions League actually opens up pretty wide now, doesn't it? 3 points to the good. 2 more games at home, 3 away. We'll see exactly where it goes. Up next for Toronto, of course, is the visit of the New York Galacticos, also known as the Red Bulls. Angel, Thierry Henry, and Rafa Marquez, along with a pretty good club that beat TFC 1-0 in New York last week. Hopefully Toronto can build upon what happened tonight and secure 3 critical points in the league, and then move on next week, I think, to Panama for the first away game in the Champions League. So you guys have a great evening. We'll see you in the South End on Saturday, and cheers for watching. Good night.